Sometimes life taps us on the shoulder in the most unexpected moments. For many of us in our 50s, 60s, even 70s, the body begins whispering little reminders. A stiff morning, a slower step, a sense that the strength we once carried so effortlessly now needs a bit more care. And maybe, just maybe, you've wondered, is this simply aging, or is my body asking me for something? A patient of mine once told me something that stayed with me for years. She said, "Doc, I feel like my body is fading faster than my spirit." And I smiled gently and told her, "Your spirit is ahead because it knows you still have more living to do. Now it's time to help your body catch up." And that's exactly what I want for you today. I want you to imagine something with me. Picture your body not as something that's wearing down, but as a garden. A living, breathing garden that has cared for you through decades of storms, victories, heartbreaks, long nights, early mornings, raising children, losing people, starting over. This garden has endured so much, yet it's still here, still yours, still capable of blooming again. But here's the truth most people never hear. A garden doesn't weaken because it's old. It weakens when it stops receiving what it needs to grow. And our bodies, especially after 50, need different things than they did at 20 or 30. That's why so many people come to me and say, "Doctor, I'm eating healthy, I'm trying, but my joints still hurt. My muscles feel soft. My skin loses elasticity. I get tired faster." And every time I gently remind them, it's not just about eating healthy, it's about eating the right things for the season of life you're in. If you've ever felt that way, you're not alone, not even close. Because as we age, one of the most powerful systems in our body, the collagen system, slows down. And when collagen production drops, everything feels the effect. Bones, joints, skin, muscles, even digestion. But here's the part that surprises most people I meet. The answer is not always bone broth. It's not expensive powders. It's not the trendy supplements you see all over the aisles. Sometimes the most powerful medicine is something humble, something simple, something life has given us since the beginning. Seeds. Yes, seeds. The tiny things most people overlook. The quiet ones sitting in the back of the pantry, waiting for their moment. Seeds have fed civilizations. They've sustained travelers, strengthened warriors, and healed bodies long before modern medicine existed. And today, science is finally catching up to what ancient cultures knew all along. These tiny miracles carry the building blocks that help us rebuild, restore, and reignite our vitality, especially after the age of 50. I want to tell you what I tell my own patients. Don't underestimate small things. Small things taken consistently can transform you quietly, just like seeds do. You see, inside these little powerhouses are the exact nutrients our bodies struggle to produce as we age. Minerals like zinc, copper, magnesium, essential for turning on the enzymes that build collagen. Anti-inflammatory compounds that calm the body so healing can begin. Healthy fats that feed the brain. Fibers that protect the gut, which is the foundation of everything from immunity to mood to collagen absorption. And what I've found, both in research and in watching real patients, is that people who add the right seeds into their daily routine experience something subtle at first. A little less stiffness, a more stable mood, better digestion, a return of energy that feels grounded, not jittery. And slowly, changes begin to stack. One good day becomes two, a week becomes a month. And before they realize it, they tell me, "Doctor, I feel like myself again." Have you ever longed for that feeling? That sense of, "I'm coming back to life"? Because if you have, you're exactly where you need to be. Today, we're going to explore something many people overlook, the incredible healing potential of everyday seeds. You don't need fancy recipes. You don't need complicated routines. You just need understanding and consistency. So, as we go on this journey together, I want you to stay open. Open to learning. open to nourishing yourself, open to the idea that you are not done, not slowing down, not too old to change. You are entering a new season, one that can be full of strength, clarity, and health if you give your body the right support. And it all begins with understanding the quiet power of seeds. Are you ready? Let's take the first step together. Over the years working with thousands of patients over 50, I've learned something simple but profound. Healing rarely begins with big changes. It begins with small things done consistently. And seeds, these tiny little things we often ignore, are one of the most powerful examples of that truth. Let me walk you through what I've seen, both in science and in real lives. The synergy effect, when seeds work together like a team. I want you to imagine something with me. Picture a choir. One voice is fine, but when 20 voices blend together, something magical happens. The sound becomes richer, deeper, fuller. Seeds work exactly like that. When you eat one seed, say flaxseed, you get omega-3s and lignans. Good stuff. But when you combine flax with chia, pumpkin, sesame, your body taps into a wider orchestra of nutrients. A patient of mine, Mr. Harold, 67, once told me, "Doc, I've tried supplements for years. Nothing stuck. But once I added your seed mix, things started changing. Slowly at first, then clearly." I asked him, "What changed for you?" He said, "My mornings. My joints didn't fight me anymore." That's the synergy effect. Not one seed doing everything, but many seeds doing their part, together, turning on collagen production like a well-coordinated team. Science confirms this too. Each seed carries different minerals, different fibers, different antioxidants. When they combine, your fibroblasts receive signals from multiple pathways, amplifying repair. It's the power of the group, something we often understand as humans, but rarely apply to nutrition. Seeds don't just provide nutrients, they help you absorb them. People over 50 often tell me, "Doc, I take magnesium, zinc, collagen, but I don't feel anything." And I always say, it's not what you take, it's what your body can absorb. As we age, mineral absorption drops, sometimes dramatically, but nature is wise. Seeds contain natural compounds that act almost like carriers. They help minerals move across your gut lining more easily, so they actually reach your bloodstream instead of passing through unused. Think of it like this. You can buy the best groceries in the world, but if your refrigerator is broken, nothing stays fresh. Your gut is the refrigerator. Seeds are the ones fixing it. In fact, magnesium and zinc, two minerals crucial for collagen, are among the hardest for older adults to absorb. Pumpkin seeds, sesame seeds, sunflower seeds. They carry these minerals in natural, bioavailable forms. I've watched patients who struggled with brittle nails, thinning hair, joint aches, finally feel improvement once we focus not on more supplements, but on better absorption. And seeds were always part of that solution. Seeds heal the gut, and the gut controls collagen more than you think. I want to ask you a serious question. Have you ever noticed that when your digestion is off, everything else feels off too? Energy drops, sleep gets lighter, pain gets louder, inflammation creeps in. It's no coincidence. Many people over 50 struggle with a condition called leaky gut, tiny microscopic openings in the gut lining. And when that happens, inflammation rises. And when inflammation rises, your body activates enzymes called MMPs, which literally break down collagen. Not slow it down, break it down. But here's the hopeful part. Seeds contain soluble fibers and prebiotics that act like gentle repair tools. They nourish the protective mucus layer. They feed good bacteria. They reduce gut inflammation. One of my patients, a retired school teacher in her early 70s, once told me, "I thought pain was my new normal." But after 3 months of adding a simple mix of seeds to her breakfast, she said, "I didn't feel younger, I felt clearer." That clarity always starts in the gut. A healthy gut doesn't just aid digestion, it lowers inflammation. And when inflammation calms, collagen can finally build instead of being constantly destroyed. The individual magic of each seed. Let me break this down like I would in my clinic, through stories, not textbooks. Flax seeds. These are your hormone harmonizers, especially for women and men in their 50s to 60s dealing with stress, poor sleep, weight shifts. Flax helps calm the body's internal noise. I've seen people regain smoother skin and steadier energy just from restoring hormonal balance. Chia seeds. I call these hydration seeds. They hold water, release it slowly, and support your mitochondria, the tiny power plants in your cells. When mitochondria wake up, your whole body wakes up. Pumpkin seeds. If flax is gentle, pumpkin seeds are strong, packed with zinc, copper, magnesium, minerals fibroblasts need to make collagen. This is the seed I recommend most for joint pain and muscle weakness. Sesame seeds. These are your shield seeds. Rich in antioxidants, they protect collagen from oxidative stress and enzyme breakdown. They keep your existing collagen from being stolen. Black cumin seed. This one is special. It supports mitochondrial repair and calms systemic inflammation. I've seen chronic fatigue patients regain energy here. Sunflower seeds. These round out the team. Full of amino acids and vitamin E, they help rebuild while protecting cells from aging damage. Each seed carries a different personality, a different role, a different gift. Consistency beats intensity, always. If there's one message I want you to carry with you, it's this. You don't need dramatic changes to dramatically improve your health. A spoon of seeds a day, mixed into yogurt, sprinkled on oatmeal, blended in a smoothie, even eaten plain. Tiny actions repeated daily, just like watering that garden. I've watched people in their 60s regain mobility, people in their 70s regain energy, people in their 80s regain confidence. Not because they chased big promises, but because they honored small habits. And maybe that's the quiet wisdom of aging. We begin to understand that life's real healing doesn't come in sudden bursts, but in gentle, faithful rhythms. Seeds teach us that. You know, when we reach our 50s, 60s, or 70s, we begin to understand something that our younger years could never teach us. This body is our most loyal and enduring companion. It has been with us through so many sorrows, so many joys, so many losses, and it continues to work every day to keep us standing, to allow us to keep loving, to keep living. And sometimes all the body really needs is a gentle bit of care, a small daily habit, a spoonful of seeds each morning, a kind choice made for yourself. I want you to remember this. Your body has never abandoned you, and now is the time to not abandon it. Keep the garden inside you green and thriving. Let your body be nourished in the way that age deserves, smartly, naturally, and with full respect. And if today you feel you've learned something meaningful, even just a tiny seed of knowledge, I sincerely hope you leave a comment below and share your thoughts. Are you already using any of these seeds? Would you like me to make more videos on this topic? I read every single comment you leave. If you find this video helpful, please hit like to help the algorithm bring it to others, people who are also looking for ways to heal and nurture their bodies, just like you. And if you want to join me on this journey, a journey of gentle, science-based, and deeply human healing, please subscribe and turn on the notification bell. That's how YouTube will remind you whenever I share something new that could support your health. Thank you for taking the time to be here, to listen, and to open your heart. I wish you a peaceful day and a body strong enough to let you live the rest of your life fully. See you in the next video.